just interviewing Grab.
Hi Dominic.
Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 15 Belgian Grand Prix live from the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Stavelot, Belgium. We're here for what is the penultimate round of the European season. Now, what an incredible season it has been so far. We've had so many incredible races, and one of the best races of the season was actually last time out in Hungary, believe it or not, where we had an incredible battle in that Grand Prix, and something very unconventional for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I think someone's joined. Mercury has joined, so there's been some sort of issues with connection here this evening. I am in the commentary box with Rigsy X back again. Rigsy, how are we doing here this evening in Belgium?
Doing well, thanks Maldy, thanks for the introduction. I'm very glad to be back here once again in the STB Racing League, and I'm looking forward to hopefully another outstanding race here in Belgium.
Definitely. One of the drivers that we've got is previous championship contender F1 Gravity. It's not been showing the pace so far this season, but I think he's showing some decent pace in Belgium, which I've heard from the practice sessions he's been doing. But F1 Gravity, can we quickly introduce?
One sec, Maldy. Would you let me do my first lap? Because it's quite a long track. I'd like to get.
So, Gravity, just a quick interview. How are you feeling this season's going for you so far?
Honestly, pretty poorly. This game is not really gelling with me.
Yes, you said that you're not happy with how the game is. What do you think is the issue, and how are you trying to resolve it as the races go on?
I think I have a similar issue with Typhon, is that if I push, I just end up spinning. So I've been underdriving the car quite heavily all season, and it just means I haven't had the pace.
Okay. We see you on the softs. What sort of strategy will we be looking out for? Do you think most drivers will qualify on softs, or is it a case again for the mediums?
Nah, it'll be one stop, softs, two mediums.
Okay, so pretty straightforward thing. In terms of Belgium itself, from my knowledge, you've had a pretty good running around Belgium in the league. How are you feeling ahead of tonight's race?
I really don't know. It's a really competitive field, so.
Yes, definitely. Is
really
it a
anything
track
could
that
happen.
you enjoy, would you say? Is it one of your more preferred tracks on the calendar?
Yeah, no, it is a good track. I do enjoy it. It's a fun track to drive.
Obviously, you're definitely driver 2 in Red Bull at the moment. Obviously, you've got Eke, I believe, leading the championship with a teammate. How is the setup going at Red Bull? Are you confident with a Constructors' Challenge? How are you feeling?
I don't really know what the standings are looking like too much in terms of the constructors, but I mean, obviously you've got Eke and Dominic at the top, and they're both miles ahead of their teammates, so it's probably pretty close between Red Bull and McLaren.
Okay. Thank you, Gravity. We'll give you the most time out on track because it's a very long circuit, and we hope to see you having a great race this evening here in Belgium.
Thank you.
So then, Rigsy, obviously Belgium always is, as Bucky there goes P1. Belgium is always an incredible circuit for battles and for just the actual nature of the circuit. You know, it's Spa-Francorchamps. There's a lot of iconic corners on the track. What is your favourite corner and why, Rigsy, around the circuit?
My favourite corner on Spa? I mean, I think it would be the safest option to say Eau Rouge, but I do actually quite like Stavolo. Like, I feel like you need to kind of get a good run out of that to carry as much speed as you can down the back straight into Blanchimont and the bus stop. I feel like that corner is quite a nice feeling in the car. Eau Rouge is just, you need full commitment, fit through the flare, and just kind of having to hug the inside curb without kind of taking too much of it, because if you take too much of the curb, the car will just very easily spin when at such a high speed. The sauce, never really been a big fan. It's a really, really tight first corner. It's so easy to have an accident in there.
We could definitely
like also
actually see
like
in
flashbacks to
some collisions. Yes, 2012, and then I believe maybe one of the.
like you've got I like the flashbacks to 2012 kind of come into mind when I think of La Sauce. I mean, you'll remember, well, maybe not remember it personally, but through all Formula 1 archives and that in real life, like the crash going down to Eau Rouge in '98 in the rain, and Schumacher in that same
so
race driving at the back of DC. I mean, Spa always like. I mean, I don't know the history of Spa-Francorchamps in the league per se, but in real life, I mean, like there's been a lot of iconic moments coming through. Like obviously the two that we mentioned there. You're talking about Schumacher always being like, well, Schumacher and Raikkonen always being known as the kings of Spa. Lewis Hamilton having a win, Rob
there is
from
definitely, if we want
Rob
to talk
in
about
quotation.
Spa, Riggsy, you definitely have got one here. Tossex Fusion. I believe he's had more than 2 victories around this circuit, so he definitely knows his way around it. Obviously, he's a 4-time champion, so he definitely knows his way around, the STB grid. Arguably, this grid is the most competitive we've ever had it. You know, we've got some great drivers on the grid. But here in Belgium, it's always offered incredible races in the league, Riggsy. And most of them actually have been rain. And a lot of drivers, we've had a lot of history where drivers have binned it in the Wall de Eau Rouge. That will be very interesting to see from the next I'm sure we don't want that. We've got a small grid, but
Oh no, definitely not.
that someone will. It'll get too much for people, and they'll bin it in the wall.
I mean, definitely. Like also like you have to like. It's also like you actually want to make it to the end of the race, but I mean, like Eau Rouge will be I think will be the kind of big issue for some drivers. I mean, like tackling Eau Rouge, you need a lot of like self-confidence and self-belief in your car as well as your own ability to carry so much speed up there. So it will really just come down to how you take it, lap after lap, from lap 1 to 22. And I mean, like that's a big challenge. La Sauce, keep it clean at La Sauce in turn 1. Like I think if you keep it clean there in turn 1 and just kind of nail Eau Rouge, I mean, like there is plenty of other tracks. You've got Pouon, you've got Stavolo, you've got Blanchelot, even the Busto. Like you've got like so many.
Corner that is. Yeah.
You've actually got so many iconic corners here at Spa. It is really easy just to kind of mess up at one of them and you're in the wall or you're spun round, you've done a 180. But no, it's a real true driver's track. Like I think, like if you ask the current grid, I think if you ask most racing drivers what their favourite track is, Spa will fit its way in there somewhere. But no, I'm definitely just looking forward to see how the team set up their cars for this race and how they actually tackle like the likes of Eau Rouge and these other iconic corners, because you need a lot of confidence to nail them to perfection.
Definitely. Also, Rixie, this track is the longest track on the calendar. How do you think that's going to affect the ERS management and the fuel saving that the driver's going to have to do for 22 laps?
I mean, it really just depends on how well they manage it on a general basis, because Spa, like, also the first sector, besides La Sauce, it is just straights. If you're cutting Eau Rouge, like, as you can keep your foot flat. You take that down to the end of the Kemmel straight, you can easily sit in somebody's slipstream and save that ERS. You can save it there. Second sector isn't exactly slow either, and you can still fully the cars in front of you through there as well. I think like it is really easy to actually save ERS here in Spa. Like I mean, like I just recently in my league, I just recently raced around Spa, and I felt like there was no personal issue with saving ERS and kind of managing tyres. But I mean, it really does just come down to how people like disperse their ERS, if that makes sense. Like if you burn it all out, like, and you don't make any gains, then you're just losing ERS. But I think like, I mean, if you're first, I think if you're leading the pack or leading a battle anywhere in the race, you're going to be burning your ERS, and it's just going to let the people behind you sit and save their ERS, save their tyres, save like their kind of momentum and their ability, and then they'll just attack you down the straights. I'm gonna see I can probably put my money on it now. There'll be countless overtakes and slipstream fests, fail a sauce to the end of the Kemmel, and even for Stavolo up to the bus stop. I feel like they'll be the main action points this race. But no, I think as you were saying, like your question is with ERS. ERS I think is really easy to manage if you're in traffic or in somebody's slipstream, but it is really difficult for people in clean air.
I think also, Rigsy, you know, if we can have like incredible battles like we had in Hungary, I think Belgium is definitely going to offer an incredible race this evening. I think Buckley then currently is P7. He was 3 tenths. So Rigsy, I will let you hold that for 1 moment. We've got Buckley coming through the final chicane now. I'd like to the DRS. It's going to be a strong lap. But what lap is it going to be? It's going to be a 43.2. Now he's only P6 on the longest circuit on the calendar. That just proves how tight this pack is. Sorry, Rigsy, carry on.
Definitely shows you how competitive the field are as well when the top 7 are only separated by 3 tenths of a second as well. There as well. But people are opting to start on the soft tyres, so I think what Gravity was saying, the main strategy call will be soft to mediums. And I do expect the likes of Alphabal, ERL Matty and Eric Standard to kind of come out on their final run on the softs, or at the very least the medium tyres. I think the hard tyre is kind of something that most teams will want to avoid. But no, I mean, we're still with just over 5 minutes left in the session. We are seeing Eke. I mean, first to fifth is less than a tenth of a second. And Urban Unicorn and Chuck are set the exact same time in 4th and 5th. There as well, I just noticed that there.
Absolutely incredible pace. Alpha Bao here, Rigsy, 1.4 seconds up on his time. He's definitely on it. He's definitely on for a 43, which just depends on his set. Actually very close. Very, very close at the moment.
Definitely. Like, he's just gone up to the bus stop. Now he'll need to nail his braking point here.
Oh no, he's done a Ruben Barrichello 2010 there.
He just looks up there and he's just abandoned that run. He'll probably come in as he is the new, and he's going to get a fresh set one. He nearly sped in at the pit lane there. We can't really tell how fast he was going there. Then he checked the speedometer there, but he will be preparing himself for a final run, as will the rest of the drivers that are already in the pits here at the moment. Toxic Fusion is nailing an improving run. He's 9 seconds off, so I'm assuming he's just coming back to the pits. Mercury's 1.6 up, down on his time, sorry, so he'll not on 3.7 now, so he'll not be looking to improve in that. Hamjam, DJ Danny, maybe out in the track or on a lap. Gravity, I'm just spectating him. He's coming to the bus stop now, and he's gonna nail his braking there. Takes the final turn, gets a clean exit straight to the line. It's a 140. It's a 143.3. 3 tenths off pole, and it gets him just inside the top 10.
3 tenths
that is ridiculously close,
and it's the top 10. That is insane. Can we just appreciate, Rigsy, how close it is in the top 10 right now? Top 11. No, top 10, yeah, top 10.
Especially,
10. They get too hard.
Especially in a track like Spa,
as
well. Like, I would expect this in the likes of like Germany or like Hungary, or like this kind of shorter circuits, but definitely not at Spa. It just shows you how close the grid are here this weekend. But Gravity has just decided to retire there. He's pulled off Lecombe.
Top 5 with under a tenth as well, Rigsy. That is impressive here in Belgium. Definitely,
I've got to just tip my hat to the drivers out here. Not only they're putting a full commitment and they're just taking all the risks, but it's just so close together. I can't really find any words for it now, Maldi. It's kind of astounding to me.
I don't
you very rarely see things like that.
Especially around Belgium, as well, as we've said previously. But someone that, I think, definitely possible that all the drivers could get in the 143s. It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. It's just about getting the right lap in on this final run, isn't it, Rigsy?
I think definitely, as you were saying, like, there is always going to be room for improvement. The track's evolving all the time. Like, people, like, the more track time you have, the more you're going to get familiarised with the circuit. When your braking points or your reference points, your turn-ins, your throttle inputs and outputs, like, the more you get there and practice, put your laps in, the more you'll familiarise yourself with the track, and then that's what will get the very best out of you there as well. And as the track's evolving anyway, I think there's always going to be room for improvement there as well, because like you've still got the likes of DJ Danny, Alpabal, Yarel Mati and Eric Stander all really still got to put in a lap. I mean, Gravity's retired, so he's hoping, in a sense, I think he's wanting to get himself knocked out of the top 10 so he can sit on fresh tyres. I don't know what that is, but he didn't look like he was wanting to improve on his time there as well. But I mean, I do expect at least the bottom four to improve on their times rather significantly as the track is evolving. But we are just coming to just over the final minute, and I'm on board with Eke, who's just close the line to start his final run. He's coming down to Oroja now. You'll need full commitment up into 8th gear. Takes it a wee bit wide there, but I think it's just kind of a precaution to kind of keep you still away for the inside curb, because that's a very lethal curb in this game here as well. Like it is just
Eric Stander, sorry, down on his time.
Eric Stander's doing, did it say how much by?
I believe maybe 300, I think.
300 a second. I mean, they can. It can.
Matty Wigsy, sorry, has now got slipstream on Alpha Val, currently in P13.
Matty is following Alpha Val. No, that's Eke. Matty will be following Alpha Val down this straight. He'll be using the slipstream to his advantage here as well.
No DRS though.
The car
he
will
has been struggling with DRS. There's something wrong with his wheel, which is restricting him from using his DRS. So he needs to try and fix that ready for the race, because you know slipstream is, as we established earlier, very important around the circuit. Already 6 tenths up in the first sector, locks up there into, I think that's, is that Stavolo? That corner, I'm not quite sure. In that first part of the second sector, I'm not quite sure about the corners, but he's messed up that. Urban Unicorn, the first driver in the 142s there. Great lap there from Urban Unicorn.
Eke's up, but he's not up by much. He will probably break into the 142s, which
Eke
he does, and he does get pole.
Eke gets pole position.
He pulled out in the final sector there.
For the moment, up about 3 tenths up on his previous second sector split. Matty's 1.1 seconds up.
Who are we speaking there, Maldi? Who are we on board with?
Matty, 1.1 seconds up in the second sector. Slipstream on Alphabal in the final. Alphabal lifts off that. It's a disappointing qualifying there from him. P13 at the moment. He could well be P14 if Matt can pull this one together. Here we go around the final corner. Oh.
And he's crashed?
And he's destroyed his vehicle on purpose there, and he will qualify in P14 for the Grand Prix of Belgium. Dominic, they're up on his time, Rixie. Dominic is up on his time. Yellow flag in the final sector.
As he's exiting the final corner, taking a checkered flag, he is hitting a 142.9, and that only puts him third there as well. As we see a Toro Rosso retired at the side of the track there as well, and some
position for Eke.
The Matty crash looked a bit suspect there. I don't know, like as you were saying, he was having issues with his wheel. Don't know if that's maybe his wheel just playing up there again, but like I did see him just coming out to the exit of the final corner, and it just straightened up and he just went into the wall. It was a really strange one, but that's the qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix finished. Checker flag has fallen. Eke is the pole position man there in the Red Bull. Urban Unicorn is in second, just 18 thousandths of a second off the time there. Dominic up in third there in the McLaren. Toxic Fusion fourth. Churka 76 fifth place in the Toro Rosso. Ham Jam and Jam Ham, the two brothers, 6th and 7th respectively. LRS Mercury up in 8th. Buckley in 9th in the Renault, and F1 Gravity retired with a few minutes remaining, but he stays where he is at the tail end of the top 10. They will all need to be starting on the soft tyres for this race unless it rains. So we didn't really know what the weather was going to be, and we see it here.
But what is really interesting, Rixie, the top 10, was obviously, the gap was 4 tenths of a second. That is absolutely phenomenal for a track like Spa-Francorchamps. So, yes, I don't know if you've already realised, Rixie, but I do like saying Spa-Francorchamps in the French accent. I do like it.
I've kind of picked up on it. I mean, if that's your way that you like doing it, then that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean,
but Aye, well, with 20 seconds left before the start of the formation lap, what should we be expecting with a grid like this?
I think we could be expecting a very close race. Of course, we had many more drivers in Hungary, but you know, these drivers 4 tenths per second spaced out between the top 10, so close. Someone did actually say that this is one of the closest leagues they've ever raced in early on in the week, so that was really good to hear. But the formation lap now starts. The driver's just going to appear because of the glitchy game that we've got here. But yes, the drivers then are going to endure 22 laps of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, and we have got so many trees. We've had tracks like Austria, Germany, we've had Hungary, of course. So many great races in the middle European circuit, and they all seem to have loads of trees with it.
Definitely, like Spa-Francorchamps is the circuit is set in the Ardennes forest, like right in the heart of it. There as well, like that's what makes it more iconic there as well. As we're seeing the drivers coming down the Kemmel Straight, I think it's absolute. I think like being in the field there, like see when you're driving up Eau Rouge and you're coming down the Kemmel, like you just see all the fans, like the big wave of fans on the left there on the hills. I really like that. Like I'll kind of want to be there myself someday, cheering on. Well, my favourite driver in real life is it's Carlos Sainz. Like I mean, it used to be Fernando Alonso, but I did used to like Fernando, like growing up watching Fernando and like in the Ferrari, and obviously his days at McLaren and Renault are kind of a foregone kind of thought in my mind now. But I mean, I would like to go down to Spa at some point in my life and just kind of sit in with the rest of the crowd up at the top of the Kemmel. I think that'd be like just iconic, just hearing the cars flying past. But I mean, there is plenty. I mean, if I was to go to Spa, I wouldn't really be too fussed with us because
my mate actually he went to Spa a few years ago and actually went onto the circuit after the race. He had some like special ticket, I think, or something, and he got some like rubber from the tyres. This was back in like Bridgestone, so they got some rubber off the tyres, and yeah, he had a great time there.
Oof, Bridgestone tyres was another one of the kind of foregone thoughts. That was like mid-2000s.
Well. Don't forget Michelin. So then, Rixie, we are ready for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's not forget 2005 USA for the Michelin tyres. Pole position is Eke 00. Second is Urban Unicorn. He's gonna line that Mercedes up in clear. Third is Dominic. Fourth is Fusion. Fifth Cherka. Sixth Ham Jam. Seventh is Jam Ham. Eighth is Mercury, of course, one of his better qualifyings in recent times. But Rixie, we are ready for the Belgian Grand Prix. 2 lights, 3 lights. It is 4 lights on that gantry. It's 5. It's lagging on my screen, but it is lights out and away they go. What a start there from Eke, ready up into the front of the field. Second there goes into P number 1. Goes and there's been a collision down in the back of the field. Dominic's out of the race. Dominic is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. He's out of contention. He's absolutely binned it down into La Source there. Pole position was Eke. He leads the drivers. I think he was in pole anyway. Leads the drivers up into the Kemmel Straight, and Dominic must be absolutely fuming. Rixie, what you seeing at the back? We've got Fusion and Urban.
Yeah. Two was jostling for position here down the Kemmel Straight here in Malta. It's quite hard to see who's making gains and who's losing out, but I'm seeing the Ripley, Buckley and DJ Danny going side by side through the Lacombe, and still going side by side. And DJ Danny hodges it around the outside of turn 5. Dominic has left the session, and he's suddenly ended up from P4 to P14 in mine. I couldn't really see what happened to him, but he will be floating at the back. That'll not be too good for his championship there. As well as especially as he's seen his championship rivals streaking away at the front. Toxic Fusion still keeping him in tow here though. Jerka, Jam, Ham Jam, 5th, 6th. Mercury still up in 7th, he's made some gains. DJ Danny up into 8th. Buckley didn't really gain much there, he still stays in 9th, same with Gravity in 10th. And that's this field starting to kind of get themselves line astern here, and Dominic is quickly back in the session. He's not lost too much time, but the bad thing for him is we see a Ferrari spinning there. That's Alperval just spinning there, he's in the gravel. He spun, I don't know the name of it, just before Stavolo. It's the ones before Stavolo. He got caught up with, I think it was the Williams ERL Matty there. They were going 2x2 through the quick right hander there, and Alperval just got tagged, and he spun backwards into the gravel there, so he's going to lose out there on some time. He's on the hard tyres as well, unless it's just glitching for me. No, he's actually on the hard tyres. That's a bit of a different strategy there for the Ferrari team
Buckley's
there.
lost a lot of time, Rigsy, on that first lap. He's down to P10. Where did he start on the grid? Let's have a look. He started P9, so he's only lost one position there, but I thought he qualified higher than that, but he lost one position there to Gravity. Oh, Danny's made a mistake there. Danny's made a mistake. He's nearly binned it. He's nearly binned it. Oppo Rouge down at P10. Buckley up in the P9. They've got his yellow.
And Matty's the
same.
same.
And Matty's done the same.
Matty's gone slow. Matty's gone slow, and Alpabal is going to be hounding the Williams there. He's just bringing up the rear. He had a spin there on the first lap. Maldi, I think he got caught up with the Williams or somebody at the back. I couldn't really see who it was, but when I clicked on Alpabal there, all I just seen him was spinning run into the gravel track. Turn, I'm trying to do the math in my head, like maybe turn just before Stavolo. I'll just say that because I don't actually know the name of that corner, nor the kind of actual corner number. But as the track is starting to kind of even itself out, Ekes maintains the lead for his pole position. Urban Unicorn that is second place. Toxic Fusion has gained up into third. Chuck has made improvements up to fourth. Jamham's getting 2 places, while his brother Hamjam stays in 6th. So Jamham in the Mercedes, has made gains from 7th up to P5, while his brother stays in 6th.
Mercury behind him as well.
And Mercury will be keeping Hamjam for accompanying the Alfa Romeo. They're going round Blanchimont the now. Will we have enough a chance to look at run the inside? No. Doesn't think much there as they go through the bus stop and Eke starts lap 3 of the Belgian Grand Prix. I mean, for what I could see, Maldi, the start was fairly clean, but at the same time, like, it kind of just started trickling down as the first lap progressed. Like, we had, like, I don't know what actually happened to Dominic. I think he disconnected and he started drifting from 3rd to 14th, so he went from obviously where he started to the back, and he is working his way up. He's in P12 now, so he has lost 9 places for
Mercury. Mercury's really on it on Hamjam now in the slipstream. Here we go. We're one of the first overtakes that we've had this race. We've done it.
And he makes the move stick. Aye, making the move stick. Hamjam loses the place there. He is in 7th. He'll have Buckley looking. He'll have the big Renault yellow and black colours in his wing mirrors there. So, but I mean, I think Hamjam will kind of start to find his feet a wee bit more now, especially since he'll have somebody to follow in Mercury. I mean, it really is just a matter of if you can keep up with the guy in front through the slipstream, then you'll have every chance to overtake them down either straight in the last sector or in the first. I think it is purely just a matter of how well you actually do to keep yourself in the slipstream here at Spa. But we'll see how that progresses in the next few laps there as well. No too much happening at the front. The front two seem to kind of be pulling away for Toxic Fusion that a wee bit. And I do apologise if you can hear dogs barking on my mic. I mean, I think they just see somebody outside, but I mean, they are quick and just shutting themselves up soon enough anyway, so it is, I do apologise for that, but I mean, it's not much you can do if you have 2 dogs and they just sit and bark outside the end of the sea walking by. But we'll kind of divert that away and we'll kind of focus more on the race here as we start lap 4 the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. Eke still is your race leader in lap 4:22. Urban Unicorn is still there in second. I'm going to have to change the settings so I can see the data in Delta times to see what's actually happening. DRS is activated, by the way. I did activate last lap. Hamjam will have the DRS here when Mercury is gaining, but I don't think he'll be close enough to make a move into Lecom there as well. Gravity is right on the rear wing of Buckley here as well, Maldi. Gravity might be shaping up a move soon enough on the Renault.
Yeah, I think he just lost the position to Buckley. Gravity just lost the position to Buckley a few laps ago, down the camera straight, I believe. So good move from Buckley there, but Gravity not giving up.
No, I mean, I think if there's one thing that you really need to be a racing driver, is you need to have the kind of the drive and the determination to succeed no matter what the circumstances are. I mean, Gravity might not have had the best qualifying session But I definitely don't doubt that he's no got any fire and spirit in him. I mean, like, at the end of the day, he will be thinking about having to do the best for the team and the best for the constructors, as we said in his interview. Eke is he is like a good bit ahead, and his teammate leads the championship. And Gravity did say in his interview, he still he feels like he's been underperforming in the equipment that he's got there at his disposal. But I mean, I think Gravity needs a good result to kind of restore some faith and restore some confidence in himself. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has had like good points results in the previous races and maybe even at the start of the season before I came in to commentate. But like, he is sitting 9th now, and I mean, like, when the field is this competitive and this tight, P9 is still.
Sorry, we've got check now in the slipstream on Fusion down the Kemmel Straight. It's going to be a pretty straightforward move for the Hungarian driver. Riggs, here we go. DRS. There you go.
Makes the move stick up into the podium paying position, and Jamham's there for company as well. He'll be looking to get a wee slice of this pie that's being made in front of him, as we see Toxic Fusion kicking up some dirt there on the exit of turn 6, 5, whatever. You know, as long as you can about the track we're talking about, it should be fine. But I mean, Gravity will be looking at this Renault, and I think, like, with Buckley not making as much an inroad on Mercury and Ham Jam in front of him, it will give him this wee bit of confidence. But I mean, even if he finishes 9th, there's still 2 points. I mean, points are points at the end of the day. Points make the prizes. So I think, like, he'll just be saying to himself points, and he'll kind of say that as his job done, which, to be fair, it kind of is. But I mean, he'll look to always do better at every chance that he can get. Whereas he's going to have a wee bit of trouble defending that 9th place if Dominic is going to continue putting the laps in that he is now. He's in the top 10 and he's 1.7 behind Gravity, and he is gaining. So I'll kind of want to see how that will kind of work out in the next couple of laps as well. But we'll see what else is really happening as we see Toxic Fusion is the first of the pitters. He's in the pit lane on lap 60.22. I feel this might be a bit early as we see Chugga pitting in the fastest lap with 147.1, so it does show the tyres are still in a good enough operating window. But
right then, Urban Unicorn is now within 5 tenths of a second within Eke now. This is definitely overtake territory now for the Mercedes.
This will definitely be his chance here. He's 3 tenths behind. The DRS flap will be open. Eke isn't even going to defend it. He's going to give Urban Unicorn the inside, as we see Jamham picking up a 3-second time penalty there for what I can only believe to be exceeding track limits or corner cutting, or a bit of both. But he has had like multiple warnings, and he has got himself a 3-second time penalty there, which will be added onto his time at the end. But no, as you were saying, Maldi, Urban Unicorn has made the move stick. Eke didn't really put up too much resistance for that, so Urban Unicorn is the race leader on lap 6 of 22. But Toxic Fusion has made a pit stop, and I think
he's made a mistake though. Urban's made a huge mistake there going wide, but it didn't really cost him that much to be honest. So
I mean, I'm looking at the team, like, between Urban Unicorn and Eke. I've got access to the their data obviously, and Urban Unicorn still has a good bit of his ERS at his disposal, but Eke has like 20% less. What is it?
So yeah, I just think that Eke really needs to try and put his foot down. He's lost another 2 tenths in the final sector onto Urban Unicorn. So as Jamham goes into the pit lane, that's going to be important for the Mercedes team. Mercury into P number 4 now, so he's making some good ground here in Belgium. And Fusion is closing in on Alphabal. Dominic then obviously had that collision at the first corner and lagged out the session, of course. He's back up in P7 actually, so that's a very good sort of performance from him there. Is Eric Standout has retired from the Grand Prix. Oh, and Urban! Urban span! Urban has span out of the Belgian Grand Prix! Urban Unicorn has span out of the Belgian Grand Prix here in Spa-Francorchamps. And he is down in a P3. That is disastrous news there for Urban Unicorn. For any sort of championship, sort of gaining of points or gaining in terms of reputation in the grid, winning the race, and he's thrown that away. Absolutely thrown that away there. Yeah, that is disastrous news for Urban Unicorn. He's into the pit lane. Absolutely disastrous there for the Mercedes. Mercury's in, Buckley's in. Let's have a look at all these drivers in the pit lane. Urban's in, of course. Danny's carried on. Things all get to work. How's this going to work for Fusion? Slipstream then. DRS. Treat as you like. Quite defensive there from Alphabal going to the middle of the circuit, but DRS up the inside. Sweet as you like. Next up for him is DJ Dan. He has definitely done well though, definitely done well. He's 19.3 seconds behind Eke at the moment. So we've got to keep an eye on this battle to the leader. It's important. It's very, very important here for when the drivers go into the pit lane. It's all about the gap. If the gap, you know, I think maybe a pit stop might be, not sure, maybe like 20 odd seconds maybe. I'm not sure though. So it's all about if they can have the gap big enough for a pit stop. Eke for pit lane is the entrance needs to be pretty perfect. Is to not lose too much time to Fusion, who's of course is on fresher tyres. But all the top three is in the pits. Danny will carry on for another lap. Of course, he would have had to double stack there with Dominic, so that's definitely understandable. But I believe Fusion could potentially take the next P1. Any close though? No, he won't do it. He has jumped Cherka. He's lost a lot of time there. He's lost the position to like 3 drivers there, so that's a lot of things happening. Alphabal then in the slipstream on Jam Ham. That's a pretty straightforward move there from the Turkish driver, up in a P number 4. Oh, and the Mercedes has spun Urban Unicorn! Urban Unicorn! Oh, and the Mercedes has banned the McLaren rather, and it's Dominic again. Oh, disastrous. Absolutely disastrous news. Oh, the Unicorn. Oh, what a disaster there for the Mercedes. What a disaster. He's lost his end plate. Oh, it's not been his weekend, has it? Not been his weekend. So then Eke will go up into P number 1. And Alphabal has crashed. We've got side-by-side action here, Buckley and Hamjam.
I mean, I do apologise.
Missed it all, mate. Here
Hover.
in Belgium, absolute calamities here in Belgium. We've got Alpa Badi's out of the race, Eric Sander's out of the race. Dominic did actually spin again.
Alright, so he's done into
the first sector,
P10.
and then Urban Unicorn has had some sort of collision. I think he tapped his teammate Jamham.
And he's
retired
retired.
from the race. Is that his championship over and done with here in season 15? Is it over? Is
I
it
feel
over? 'Cause
like,
Urban.
I mean, sorry. How would, I mean, like, does he not have, I mean, we've still got like plenty of other races left. I don't know if maybe he's just like only here for the next few or whatever, but I mean, I don't know what the points gap is, and he's just left the session. He's just kind of packed up and went home with that. But no, you'll need to kind of get me up to speed. I mean, I would have been, like I was always here, but I mean, like no matter how many times you tell folk, "Oh, don't come in, I'm busy," they still just come in. So, but you know, I'll need to get mine in place at one point. But enough of the sidetrack. We'll kind of keep ourselves focused on the race here in Belgium. But
I must say, it's very much a calmer race than it was in Hungary. I must say. Very calm here in Belgium compared to last week.
sorry about that. Everyone just seems to be effing kicking off. But, no, I mean, I actually do apologise for just kind of completely jumping back and forth here, but, I mean, like, you just don't get left alone to do these kind of things. So I'll just let you kind of take it free. I will still be here. I'll kind of back now, but I mean, like, because I don't really know what's been happening in this race. You'll need, like, I'll just need to kind of rely on for what you've seen and kind of what's happened. I'm assuming everybody has, besides Matty, has made their pit stop here in Belgium and lap 11.
Well, yeah, you haven't really missed much. It's just the retirement of Urban, you know, a collision. Alphabal actually retired as well at the Grand Prix. He had a collision at is it Blanchiment, the one in Sector 3?
The wee left kink when they're onto the bus stop. That's Blanchiment.
Yeah, it's Blanchiment. Yeah. So there you go. So it's a very, as I was just saying, Ricky, it's a very calm race here in Belgium compared to last week in Hungary. Kind of disappointing.
It's a bit unlike Spa in terms of the track's personality. Like, there always some kind of battle, but I mean, there is a battle for 6th and a battle for 3rd kind of starting to brew up again. But I mean, the slipstream will kind of keep them all in tow and in check as the race progresses into the second half. But I mean, no, like, Spa is always it's like a race of attrition. Like, I feel like it is one of the kind of races every race is a race everybody wants to win, but Spa is quite iconic to Formula 1. It is one of the few.
Whoa! Well, that was aggressive there from Ham 2002. Just completely. Well, he was alongside, but no. He did try and move up Eau Rouge there, but that didn't really work for him. But yes.
And he's pretty still.
The Gravity just didn't go for the move at that source, and then you've got Ham Jams going completely up the inside, kind of barged his way through on Gravity really, and then he's just took the position off the Red Bull and then nearly the Renault there. So yeah, decent class there from Ham Jam.
It's a brave move to try one up the. It's a brave move to try and stick one up the inside of Eau Rouge, especially at such a high speed and such a high physically demanded corner. But no, I mean, like, Spa is always like an iconic circuit. It's been on Formula 1 for the start, well, it's on and off in terms of like track refurbishment or kind of restructuring. Like, they've shaped the bus stop differently. It used to always be when you were coming up through Blanchiment, it was a left and then right, and then the starting grid was a curve. but they've changed it just to be a wee quick, a kind of tight right left, and then straighten the pit straight up. They've changed bits of the column and Pouon and that a wee bit. They've kind of widened it over the years there as well. There was also that time where Eau Rouge wasn't even Eau Rouge. It was like a chicane. They used to have a chicane at Eau Rouge, but that was like a 1 year thing. They done that in yeah, was it? I think they done it in 1994. Like, so instead of like coming through La Sauce and putting your foot down and going up Eau Rouge, as if we've always known it. Like, you would always kind of, I'm on board with like Buckley, you would kind of slow down about here, and then there'd like a wee kind of bit to the left, and then it would take you up. Like, it used to be a wee chicane, but I think that was when Formula 1 was kind of doing like trial and error in terms of like making the sport safer, because like that year, like Formula 1 had like the kind of fatalities, Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna like that year as well. So like they were trying to make all the tracks safer, and they were like putting in like tyre chicanes. Like, I mean, they've done it at Spain, they've done it here in Belgium. They've done it in Italy. They've done it like in quite a few of the tracks. They've done it in, what other one was it? Really, was the race? It was no long after. I think they've done it in Canada. They've done it in Canada as well. Like, see at the hairpin in Canada, and then the straight up to the pit entry, there was a chicane halfway done that as well. Like, I mean, like, they were chicane crazy back then, but I mean, like, that was them trialing and erroring with the safety. But I mean, I don't really know for what I can. I mean, obviously Spa has seen like the unfortunate passing of Hubert, who was like an F2 driver this season. Like, he just kind of like, also it was just an accident getting up Eau Rouge, and he just took the brunt of it and sadly never made it through that. But I mean, it kind of sparks the question, like, should Formula 1 put a chicane back in there? And like, that's a kind of a wee bit of a talking point on and off as well. But I mean, I don't know how I'd feel with Spa being like Eau Rouge being watered down like that. Like, maybe get your thoughts on it while the race is a bit quiet.
Yeah, I mean, Eau Rouge is one of the most iconic corners on the whole calendar, so.
I mean, it would definitely be a big shake-up if they changed it to chicane, but I mean, I don't like I mean, like, kind of like accident. Well, I mean, like, I don't really know how you would kind of argue that thing particularly. I mean, I love Eau Rouge. Like, I love the kind of thrill that you get kind of driving up it in the game, but I mean, it's never really been a corner that I know that's like if you get it wrong, you kind of die, because you. I mean, like recently, you've seen Kevin Magnussen. He had an accident up there on the Renault, and he walked away from it. Like, accidents, even like Jacques Villeneuve, like no long after, like kind of like 99, 2000, he went up backwards Eau Rouge, he lost it, and he walked away. Like, every time, like every accident up on Eau Rouge, like the drivers walked away from it. Like, and then it's just this one time that wasn't the case, and suddenly they're bringing the conversation to, we should put a chicane in again. And we see Buckley lost it a wee bit there. I was on board with Buckley, but I mean, there's a wee battle for 6 starting to brew here. Dominic's got his self into this wee battle for 6 here with Buckley, Gravity and Hamjam as they're coming through Blanchimont now. Buckley's got a wee bit of breathing room, but Gravity and Hamjam will be under pressure for Dominic, who is on a bit of a charge, especially considering that his race start wasn't exactly the best. He was doing 14th after lap 1, and he is just trying to get as much damage limitation for McLaren for his this race, especially with Urban Unicorn retiring. That will definitely be a bit of a consolation for the McLaren driver. But Eke still leads with a 2.3 second gap, just leading it at the front, but we'll see what happens as they are got the Rouge here. Gravity's right on the rear wing, and they're already side by side before DRS is even activated, and Gravity will pop the DRS here now. Hamjam is right behind Gravity, makes the move up into his 6s on the inside. Hamjam and Dominic have DRS as well.
Buckley's trying to come back at him now.
He's trying to hold it on the outside, and that's left himself open
Dominic
to
again, and Alvaro Mayo has been involved. And Danny, what's happened to Danny? Danny's just completely hit the wall there.
Just gone a bit, and Danny's off the track again. He's off the track at the exit of the corner. He's lost an end plate on his right side, his front wing there, so he'll have a wee bit of understeer when it comes to turning left on this track.
I'll
But
tell you something which is really interesting right now, Rigsy. Mercury is in prime position to potentially get a podium here in Belgium. Fusion is struggling. This could be an all Toro Rosso podium. This could be a big day for the Italian team.
We'll see how this plays out, but anyway, the Toro Rossos are breathing down the neck. Fusion's in the Renault, and Jamham's there for company as well. So while the Toro Rossos are trying to kind of make their way past the Renault, they've got to make sure they don't leave themselves vulnerable to a move for the Mercedes there as well. But I mean, the Mercury and Chucker will need to try and play the team game as much as they possibly can here, to try and maximise the potential of this situation,
I'm scared
shall
for
we
these
say,
drivers.
but anyway.
I'm very scared.
But they've got DRS and they're gone
Three wide, it's 3 wide!
And they're up, and Toxic Fusions is went from second to fourth in a matter of a straight. Toro Rosso 2-3, Red Bull podium, well, Red Bull franchise podium, but and Jamham will be looking to get in on this, and he's going to go walk round the outside of the no name. No, doesn't think anything about that. He just tucks back in, but he'll be going side by side.
Come on to Pouillon. I can't actually say that.
Then Pouillon, yeah.
Pouillon. Pouillon.
Pouillon.
Can't say it.
Pouillon. Pouillon. I
I'll
have
say
no
it.
idea. I mean, I can. Pouillon.
Pouillon.
I have no idea. I can. It's something along that line. I guess it's Pouillon or Pouillon.
Pouillon.
I mean, I'll need to
try
listen
say it with a
to
really French
how.
accent, because obviously Belgians speak French, don't they? So.
French is one of the common languages in Belgium. I can, like, obviously Belgium and French are the main common languages. They speak a bit of Dutch in the north of Belgium, and then they speak German a wee bit in the kind of eastern border that they have with Germany. But Toxic Fusions went a bit deep into the bus stop, and Jamham will be looking punchy here for some
Good
move.
exit though for them, I must say. I don't know if you've seen that.
Aye, it was definitely it got a lot of good traction there on the exit of the final corner of the bus stop there, but Jamham was kind of thinking better there. He's kind of trying to maximise his opportunity down the Kemmel straight. He has to kind of make it up Eau Rouge first, which he does, so he'll have DRS on the Renault in front. But does the Renault have DRS on the Toro Rossos in front of him? No, the DRS flap still remains shut, and this will allow the Mercedes to take gain and close in on the Renault. As we see Martin ham jams into the pits, he's wanted to set us off, so he'll just be going for fastest lap just to get that extra point. And we'll see how he goes with that in due course. But we're on lap 17 of 22. Eke is your race leader in the Red Bull. He's got a 4.2 second gap to LRS Mickey, who is up into second, and his teammate Chucka is following suit in P3, running at the podium places here so far on lap 17 of 22. Toxic Fusions is in fourth, and he's under pressure by Jamham and the Mercedes. And then there's a wee bit of a gap to the battle between F1 Gravity and Buckley in the battle for 6. Dominic is running no man's land in 8th place. Matty is in 9th on the medium tyres. Hamjam has just pitted for a set of softs, so he'll probably be done in the fastest lap done in these final laps, and DJ Danny is somewhat 20 seconds behind Hamjam and the final points paying position. We're watching Eke go across the line to start lap 18 of 22. Any kind of big battles going on. Buckley is gaining, and he's tucking himself underneath the rear wing of the Red Bull. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, I think every driver, I think if they're in a prime position to overtake.
Danny's made a mistake in the final sector. It's not his day. Well, second sector, isn't it? It's his day today.
Definitely no, but the Toro Rosso truck is gaining on Mercury. Is he going to put and go side by side? He is. They're going to go side by side until they come, and they're still side by side, and they're still side by side. And LRS Mercury keeps the place. Chucka chucked the car up the inside there, but Mercury held it round the outside and the odd inside for turn 4, and he gave him just enough room to make just a wee lock up the inside, but Mercury keeps the place. He's still in second, but Churka will be locking. He is looking a bit. Well, it's difficult to say he's looking a bit quicker, but he is definitely in the slipstream, which will help him make the move up into second. But we'll see how that goes. Jamham's kind of starting to drop off a wee bit, as we see Buckley picking up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, and Gravity has maybe, I think he's maybe made a mistake because he's he was 1.1 over Buckley, who was just in front of the last lap, and he's 1.3 in front of Dominic, as we see Danny retiring for the race. I don't really know if there was really much to be gained when he was 20 seconds off P10, so I think McLaren just kind of said to him just to retire the car and kind of keep all the parts for it for the next race at Monza. We will be at Monza a week today, Monday at 7 o'clock. We're looking forward to that, Ian. I mean, I thought it was Monza this weekend, so it shows you how eager I am for it. But no, I'm definitely looking forward to Monza, and that'll just be, if you thought Spa was going to be a slipstream fest with the Kemmel straight and the straight face Stavolo up to the bus stop, then we're going to be in for a treat with Monza, as we're seeing the Renault Toxic Fusion making the place back up into the podium place. He's a wee look up there on the front right, but he takes the place back for Churka. Churka's in P4, but Mercury still keeps second.
Sorry,
Churka,
not Churka. What am I talking about? Rigsy. Mercury has not won a Grand Prix for a very long time in STB. He is currently catching Eke very quickly here in Belgium. This could be, if he really pushes now, Rigsy, this could be Mercury's opportunity for his first victory, I believe, since seasons ago, the Mexican Grand Prix. This is a big moment for the Toro Rosso right now. Huge moment.
We'll need to see how he manages his car between the new and lap 22. I mean, the fact that the Red Bull is in his sights, that will definitely give him some motivation to try and reel the Red Bull in. But I mean, in comparison to Eke, Mercury's ERS is somewhat 20%, 25% lower than what Eke's got.
Matty's span.
He's had a moment there before the quick chicane in the second sector. But no, I mean, and Churka's lost a place to Jamham there. We never really noticed that one as well. Jamham's up into fourth, Churka's just gone backwards now. But I mean, Mercury...
Jamham could get off, I believe, his first podium of the season here. Slipstream on Fusion.
Toxic Fusion will have the DRS, and that'll be his form of defence down the Kemmel. Will Jamham have a look up the inside? And that doesn't really see an opportunity there for the move, so he'll
I'm really rooting for Mercury right now. I'm really rooting for Mercury. This is insane right now. He said before this race, see me back on the podium in either Belgium or Italy, and he's showing that right now. 2.1 seconds the gap. This is his opportunity.
Definitely. I mean,
1.9 seconds.
Wait, what tyres is he on?
Because the gap is coming down. He's on a set of mediums. The gap is coming down.
Right, no, that's fine.
Intense here in Belgium.
Right, because I've got the glitch where he's on the set of softs, but he's on medium tyres on the base deltas. But anyway,
Jamham.
Is he having a lock everyone side by side up through Blanchimont? Jamham will try and hold it around the outside. Does they need to, because he's made the move stick around the outside there?
But Fusion could well come back at him.
And he's going to have a look up the inside. No.
He needs to try and help out Mercury as well. If Mercury wants to try and get this victory, Fusion could help him here.
If he sees the Mercedes and the Renault, if he sees the Renault and the Mercedes sitting squabbling for the final podium place, that's what gives Mercury that breathing room, and it's very crucial.
Down by 3/10 Riggs here. This is getting tense now for the victory of the Belgian Grand Prix. That 21 here in Spa.
Mercury can, at this point, can only look forward at this point, because crucially, Jamham and P3 is out of the DRS activation detection kind of range, so that he won't be under too much threat, especially if the Renault and the Mercedes keep jostling for P3. That'll definitely just slow them down, and that'll give Mercury all the breathing room he needs, and it'll give him every chance to maximise his to actually maximise everything that he's got in the car to push forward and try and take Eke for the win. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe a bit late in the race, but I mean, let's never say never, because you never say that in Formula 1, because anything can still happen. And Spa's a long lap, so we'll need to see what happens. The gap still sits at 1.5. Oh, it's actually just been down there. I was going to say 1.6, but it has just been down. It's coming down to 1.4 now. He's took Poo on, like, he's just took 210 so to Eke through Poo on alone. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Eke is on 1 lap fresher tyres here as well. Mercury's on 13 lap old mediums, Eke on 12, but Mercury's definitely finding the pace on the 1 lap extra
back
older
on
tyres.
Fusion now. This is what we needed for the closing stages of the Belgian Grand Prix, Rixie. Here we go then, slipstream for Jamham on the back of Fusion.
He's going to be looking on the outside. Toxic Fusion's going to hug the inside.
Oh, he's going to go on deep, he's going to go on deep,
and Jamham's going to do the switch back. He's going to do the switch back, he's going to be side by side. No, he gets a good run out of the bus stop though as we enter the final lap, and the gap between first and second is up to 1.9. But the main bit coming down to Eau Rouge will be the battle between Toxic Fusion's Jamham and Churka for the final podium place. Churka's going to go to his cell, he's going to find his rhythm again.
This is absolutely crucial. Eke's just picked up a penalty. Rixie and Mercury. Oh, Mercury's got a penalty. Oh.
And Jamham took P3 back for Toxic Fusions, and Churka's he's no close enough to have a look at Toxic Fusion as well. He is to stay in P5 here. Toxic Fusions, I think his early pit stop's starting to kind of come back and bite him a wee bit, because his tyres will start to skate on this surface. We see a wee bit of smoke coming through the Mercedes there. I think Jamham just looked up one of his tyres that wee bit.
Literally, he was nowhere on the Grand Prix, and
now he's in P3. He's in the podium position. Wait a minute. Just running wide.
Wait a minute, Jamham. Wait a minute. Oh, he's got loads of penalties.
The penalties will definitely be a defining factor on how the race results will be classified, as we see Eke coming up through Stavelot here for the final time here at Spa-Francorchamps, lap 22 or 22. Mercury has kind of dropped off. That charge is quickly been put out there as the gap's back to 2.5 there as well. Jamham's third place, and he's kind of dropped off Toxic Fusions, who will be a sitting duck to Churka if Churka can get close enough. But Eke is coming around the final corner. He exits the bus stop. He'll see the checkered flag and wave, and he's doing the wee weave in the celebration here as he takes P1 at Spa-Francorchamps. Mercury crosses the line in P2. Jamham takes the checkered flag in third but finishes fifth. Toxic goes for fourth to second. And Churka finished the race in P5. He's up into the podium as he loses a bit of front wing, as we see it just getting splattered across the track at the exit of La Sauce. But anyway, we'll see. Dominic takes 6th, Buckley in 7th. Gravity takes P8. Fastest lap will be going to Matty unless Hamjam can improve here, which does he? He does not, so Matty in P10, Matty will take P10, and he'll take an extra point for the fastest lap as we see him coming through Blanchimont for the final time in the Williams, up into the bus stop. He's got he's got his red fuel light on, and he's got 90 ERS left there as well. The car is absolutely drained of all power and resource as it comes across the line here and takes the checker flag. He is the final runner here at Spa-Francorchamps, and Eke is your race winner here in Belgium. A solid drive for the Red Bull. Eke was under pressure for Unicorn at the start, but I don't actually know what happened to Unicorn, like due to other circumstances there. But once the pressure off the Mercedes was away, I think Eke just kind of had a bit of control. He was a bit under pressure in the final laps as Mercury was putting on a bit of a charge. But Eke had a 3-second time penalty as well. and he still keeps the lead. He still keeps the win. So I'll need to see how this all plays out. But Mercury crossed the line in second. He finishes fourth or fifth. I'll need to see. We're about to see the race classifications as we hear at the moment. Eke is your race winner for the Red Bull. Toxic Fusion is up into second, and Chaka is the final podium place there. That's your top three for Spa-Francorchamps. Toxic Fusion and Chaka kept their noses cleaning their cars in within the track limits, so they weren't penalised for any warnings, so they kept themselves clean with that, and it's paid off for them. They're into the podium playing positions. Mercury's up into he got demoted from second to fourth. Jamham was 35th. Dominic, after a bit of a shaky start of disconnection, he got his cell up into sixth, which is solid points and damage rotation for the McLaren team and for his cell. Buckley up into P7. F1 Gravity at 8th place in the Reynolds, some solid points there for the Red Bull team. Pam Jam in P9 and ERL Matty in 10th, rounding out the final runner. And he got fastest lap as well, so he'll take home an extra point as well for the Williams team and for himself. So that is your race result for the Belgian Grand Prix. There was some retirements there: Urban Unicorn, Alper Bao, Eric Stander. I didn't get to see it all. And DJ Danny retired there as well. So we are joined. Well, Eke's joined us so far. Toxic Fusion's just jumped into the party as well.
Turk, unfortunately, can't. Yeah, Chirk hasn't got a mic, so he can't unfortunately be interviewed. But we can invite Mercury, yeah. Okay. Right, Fusion, we're going to come to you then. P2, obviously, very good. You know, you've had some very dire performances recently, and you know, you're back on the podium. But how did the early pitch stop affect you, if it did?
I mean, it made me come out into like a lot of clean air, so I could literally just focus on putting laps in, and yeah, it worked. Because when I think Chirka and who else is it that was in front? I think it was Chirka and Urban, yeah. I think they both came up kind of like quite far behind me, so I was able to just kind of like keep that gap as it was. And then, as I was doing that, my TV decided to want to turn off, so I lost about 3 seconds just trying to change that because my remote was on the other side of the room for some reason.
Oh right.
And yeah, I feel like I could have won the race if that didn't happen. So yeah, but it was a fun race. It's much better than it has been before. So
definitely. Yeah. Let's hope you can
there's not much else to say, is there?
Build on a great result here in Belgium. Mercury. You had a pretty interesting Grand Prix. You was catching Eke for you to get that victory. Unfortunately, though, penalties got in the way. What is it with you and penalties and you, again, losing the podium?
I don't know. Just practice, a bit more practice, and it would iron itself out. But to be honest with you, the race was pretty clean. I got 2 warnings really, really early on, sort of in the melee of the start. But the last 15 laps or so, I only got 2. So, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. You've said in, you know, the last few weeks that Italy is going to be your podium circuit. How are you feeling ahead of next week's Italian Grand Prix?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, as you said, Monza's usually my best track of the year. And obviously on the back of a good result again here in Belgium, you know, could have been better, could have been P2, but I'm still happy with P4. Good result, good pace. So yeah, I'm confident.
Okay, Riggsy, any questions for Mercury before we move on to Eke?
Was having like if there was one thing that kind of caught me out, was the fact that you pitted rather quite early. Was that always like your main intention, was just to pit that early and maybe try and gain through an undercut? Or because I think that near the end that would have probably had some effect on your tyres in comparison to like also like Mercury and Jamham and that who are running about racing with the same bit of tarmac as you.
Yeah. It screwed me over a little bit at the end, but in the end I still got P2. So I'm happy knowing that I could have won if my TV didn't really screw itself over. So yeah, I'm just happy. It was a good race.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I was kind of wanting to know because I was like, we're sitting watching it on the stream and I noticed the Renault was just shooting in a bit early, and I was just kind of like, it's a bit early. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I was told that being early is actually quite beneficial around here, so it kind of worked. P4 to P2, I'll take it.
It still did. It still got you 18 points at the end of the day. So
yeah, exactly.
well done on that.
Thank you.
I don't really have much more to add to that, Maldi.
So Eke, just a quick question. It seemed like you was losing a lot of time at the end of the race to Mercury. Was you afraid of potentially losing the victory, or was you aware of the penalties prior?
Well, like when it was like 5 laps to go, I decided I will try go for fastest lap for fun. Then I could bottle it and almost hit the wall, so that kind of took all the confidence away from me.
I've seen that.
So that was just saving ERS and trying to stay on track.
Okay.
Let's just say I didn't make it easy for myself at the end.
So you got so many points over Urban. Of course, you retired, had a dire, absolute dismal Grand Prix, and great points. Dominic, how are you feeling ahead of next week's Grand Prix in Monza?
Well, another slipstream fest, I think so.
Well, it should be a good race. Okay, thank you to Eke, well done to Fusion, and well done to Churka. Thank you, Mercury, for answering the questions in place of Churka. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a mic to do the interviews. Thank you to Rigsy, again, for joining me in the commentary box for tonight's Belgian Grand Prix. And that concludes then tonight's events here at Spa-Francorchamps. Do join us next week for the final race of the European season at the Temple of Speed, where we go to the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. We'll see you next week.